Chiefs football is back. The preseason's about to start, and there's a depth chart out there. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all the things that stand out about this initial look at the roster that's in the making for the 53. Coming at you right now. Welcome back to RGR Football. I'm Ryan, and this is Going Rogue. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and the little bell for the notifications so you know when I put up a new video. If you're one of the veterans around here, welcome back. We have a lot to talk about, and it's getting to be that exciting point in the season. Either way, if you like what you're seeing, please give me that thumbs up. It makes it easier for everybody to find us on YouTube, and we can grow this conversation. It's a good group out here, so leave your comments as well. Now, the first unofficial depth chart was released, and it's on this lead up to this Thursday night game where the Chiefs are going to kick off the preseason. Not a whole lot of surprises on the offensive side in terms of the skill positions. Wide receivers pretty much shaken out exactly as we talked about all offseason. And if you want to hear any of those breakdowns, they're on Locked On Chiefs podcast. Go ahead and check that out. It's in the show notes. As well as the quarterbacks are sitting exactly where they are. And by the way, Anthony Sherman's still the starting fullback. But beyond that, we get into two positions that are of interest. A guy that hadn't made the impact they had hoped for when they first traded for him is Cam Erving. Came over, played tackle and center in college, played some little bit of everything in Cleveland, but just didn't have the caliber of coaching that he was looking for. And he's come out and said similar things to that point. Well, now, after running at center with Mitch Morse out all preseason, all OTAs and minicamp, he was the starting center and did what the coaching staff refers to as a really good job. Now he's moved over to left guard, and it appears that he's entrenched right now as the starter at that position. And this is a guy that played so much tackle. He has the length, but not necessarily all the athleticism you want out there on the edge. His anchor's a little bit. He's a little bit soft in terms of strength. That's something that's been coming up. But I think, and I said it the day they traded for him, that guard is the best spot for him. It can use his athleticism, which is good, but not super excellent. But good in space. He can get out on the edge. He can pull. I like him in fold blocks. I think that he's got enough nasty in him to do the job. Maybe not, full-on LDT, but he's not a finesse player either. He is tall for a center, so that makes it not really his perfect spot, although it looks like he is being groomed to play anywhere along that line. So you got to think that he's kind of in that Zach Fulton role.
That's one of the things that makes me valuable is being able to be versatile. And for a while I took it as a curse, but it's been a blessing to just be able to learn all the ins and outs of every position and just, over time, now being able to just focus in on one thing a little bit more and, go here or there if I'm needed. It's definitely been good to be versatile. It took a while to learn how to be versatile, if that makes sense.
Maybe he starts at left guard, but he'll fill in, and if anybody goes down, he can jump out there and they'll bring in the backup guard. The other position that is really interesting on offense is the running back spot, and obviously you have Spencer Ware who's come back. Although they're holding him out of contact, he is practicing and hasn't seemed to have any hiccups at this point. So you have Hunt, you have Ware. There's a 1-2 punch. And with the concussion that Charcandrick West sustained and is still sustaining, he's still in the protocol. No word on when he might come out of that yet. It looks like the third down back and the third spot on the depth chart is now Damien Williams. I know it's confusing with all the Williamses. Damien played for the Dolphins, has success catching the ball, can run a little bit as well. He's a nice combination of the skills that you want for a third down back. He runs great routes, even better than I thought they were after Seth Kaiser went over them. We seem to think that he's on the up and up. And this comes down to a battle. If Charcandrick gets back, I think it's the two of them battling it out for that third down type, pass catching type with some pass protection role. So that'll be interesting to see as well. And then there's the dark horse that I'm still pulling for, and that's Darrel Williams. He's a guy that can catch passes as well, but he's good between the tackles. He's a downhill runner, and I like what he brings to the table. When you have Hunt, Ware, and Darrel Williams, you can swap those guys, keep them fresh, and keep the pressure on the defense when you do run the ball. And I'm starting to lose my illusions about whether Andy will ever change that. So we'll talk about that another day. Now, on defense, a couple of things stand out. You still have Xavier Williams as the starting nose tackle. He's going to rotate in at the 3-tech when they go to the 4-man front as well. Derek Nottie is hanging behind him, and that's pretty much how we expect it. If they do only take 4 or 5 linemen, it's going to be those 4, and I think Jarvis Jenkins will be the 5th. And we'll see if they need any more than that. Along the linebacker crew, it looks about normal except for one thing. The rookie Breeland Speaks looks to have attained the second string ahead of Frank Zombo, the veteran that has filled in so much over the years with injuries with D Ford and Justin Houston. The good thing about Zombo is he can play inside linebacker as well. So if the team chooses to carry 9, 10 linebackers, Zombo's probably going to be one of them. But right now, it looks like Tano Passanio and Breeland Speaks are your second team rush ends and will play in both the stand-up and the down lineman position, so that's something to watch out for. Also of note, on the cornerback situation, the top 3 are the top 3. That's not really going to change. But Tremont Smith looks like he's going to be number 4. He's made an impression. Beyond him, both veterans, Reeser and Redmond, look to be entrenched there at the 3rd team, and those might be 5 and 6. But watch out for Arian Springs. Hearing a lot of good static about him, and I think he's going to make a run up that depth chart before it's all said and done. Whether Redmond or Reeser might lose out to him, I'm not sure at this point. I will be in camp later this week, so keep an eye out for that. I'll have reports and such coming from there. Also, Armani Watts was out for so long. He's listed way down the depth chart. Look for him to play in the first game and see what he can come up with. That will be the telltale and see where he ends up on the depth chart for game 2. I think you're going to see him ascend rather quickly and push for playing time early in the regular season. So keep an eye out. Now, that's just a snapshot of what this first thing is. If you have a comment, please let me know. And let's have a good conversation about where you all think things are going to shake out. This will post a couple days before the game, so there should be plenty of time to talk about it. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be at camp, so there might be another short video later this week, but look for more the following week as I have some reports or at least some footage from practice itself. And then we'll get into, as we get ready for the 2nd and the 3rd preseason games, I'll actually start doing some YouTube lives. We'll try to schedule this out so everybody knows, and we'll find a good time that works. And that will definitely be something I'll be looking to do come the season. So keep an eye out for that. Enjoy this one. Let me know if you like it and hit that like if you're into it. Appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you next time.